Hi.
Hello,
That
Jack.
that hurts. I'm so
It hurt me
sorry.
too.
I don't mind.
That's fair.
He's
I'm actually
significantly less
happy.
salty than we predicted.
Yeah, it's like my. Well, let me check. Uh, it's my eighth second place badge now.
How many
I'll
first
take that.
places do you have, if you don't mind me asking?
0.
I mean,
I'm sorry I asked.
well, it's less that it's like it's my 8th second place badge, and more the losses you just got gutted. Like that's a completely different beast.
There's there's the question I want to ask on the final game, on the final River Drift, where River Drift got picked 3 times in a row, and on the third one, you hit that redraw button. We could see your hand. We didn't like your hand either, and then we saw your redraw gave you cards that were no larger than a 9. What went through your mind when you saw that redraw hand?
Uh, like I knew it had to happen. I got so lucky the rounds before. It had to happen once.
It had
Yeah,
to
and
happen
it
once.
happened.
Just a long, drawn out sigh. I could feel your pain as you're just like meekly moving the one piece back and forth. Being like, what do I even do here?
Yeah, that's one of those situations that's just plain hard to solve for, especially if you take a deck that's more worried about contesting mid and messing with your opponent's base a little bit and less about your own base combo. Because like I think you had a good thing going with trying to at least attempt a base combo. It's just a matter of your opponent immediately recognized he's got nothing and immediately rushed mid and just took way too much turf.
Yeah, that was basically the problem in that run in the first game of the bracket reset. I did not get I lost the 50 gamble. Like I thought that they will go aggressive. Instead, I think they had no card or something, but they just went for mid, and that kinda lost me the game there.
Yeah.
Because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they claimed mid then and I just had nothing.
Oh, I saw that captain. I'm like, he needs to play this captain. This captain needs to go down. You played the Mudmouth. And I saw that spot get taken. I'm like, no!
I think I said something along the lines of that was a nice spot, but now there's a harmony all over it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wait. That Mudmouth game, I actually selected my older deck that I used to run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just wanted to give it a try, but it did not really work like I wanted to.
Which is why you've got a
I
new
wanted to.
deck. It's never hurts to
Yeah, and
check.
that deck works.
Never hurts to check the old deck and be like, why didn't this one work? And then you get into that situation. You're like, right, that's why this doesn't work. Ah,
Yeah.
dang it.
Yeah.
Can relate. That was me about 50% of the time back in my Steel Sentinels days. Put together a robot, you join the game. Oh wait, I forgot my jump button.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes you just gotta go back to the drawing board, man.
Speaking of the drawing board, what's something what's something you learned from this tournament that you feel like you could utilize to better yourself in the future?
Uh, like I should play the tournaments and just not leave them where they are. Like I was thinking about playing today because I wanted to play Fortnite pretty much. But then I decided against it and just played the tournament. Yeah, and I think I should play more tournaments again. Like I had a big break before that one.
So this was a re-entry into things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good lesson. It's always I mean, it's a pretty simple one, just play more. But like, it's worth remembering and keeping in mind, and it's good to kind of want to. It's also nice to hear that like that itch to play more is coming back. Because sometimes that thing is just not there, and you just don't have it. And then you're like, I'll dip my toe in. And then...
And the next thing you know, you're magically hooked again.
One more question for you before we move on to our other interviewee. You picked River Drift 3 times in a row. What was going on in your mind when you made that decision?
Yeah, like in the first one, I thought I could win that again. Yeah, went horribly wrong. And after that, like, I just did what Juven did, like sometime earlier. He normally plays 3 games in a row on the same stage if he loses on them. That was what he did, but he's not doing that anymore. Yeah, and then I wanted to just do it.
Do you know why they do that?
I have no idea.
The way
Maybe they got unlucky.
No, so from my like competitive time, generally if you do that, that reads as a I've lost here. I don't see myself winning this bout. So what I'm going to do is I am going to stay in this one location and I'm just going to grind it out so I can figure out what I did wrong.
Yeah, that was probably what he was thinking. Could also be with the RNG. Sometimes.
If you had to pick another map for game 2 or 3 of that set, which map would it be?
Okay, for game 2 it would have been River Drift, but for game 3, I think like something like Gemini, Thunder Point, like the maps I played earlier today.
So no box seats.
Okay, we played box seats like in 3 tournaments before, in which we always played in grand finals. We used to play box seats as the last game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you just missed that one.
Okay, I should probably go watch those then if I want to get my fix.
I don't think there was a stream.
Oh.
Yeah, rip.
Rip. Alright, well I think that's I'm about out of questions for you, Jack.
Yeah, I think there might be one more. I'm just wanting to check it first. Somebody's wanting to ask a question, and I want to see what the question is first. Just generally on the ruling that, like, me and Archer here doing the interview, it just feels weird to have somebody. Okay, so the question is, in the grand finals, which play do you think set the precedent?
Wait, I have to look that up first. I don't know the word precedent. I'm sorry.
So, I could look it up too, but I believe it's like, yeah, set the tempo. You're kind of like, what set the mood? What was the big play that you made during this tournament that really, like, in the grand finals scope that, like, set pace for what we just saw happen?
I would like to remind our viewers that Jack won the first set of the grand finals.
Yeah, if I understand that question right, I think it was that Shiver play in turn 3 or something, in the bracket reset. No, before the bracket reset. Like, that pushed me again.
That's fair. But yeah, thank you so much, Jack, for, again, being a key part of all of these events, organizing it, participating. Congratulations on second place. Best of luck in future tournaments.
We hope to see you
Thank
play
you.
again.
Yeah, I will.
Better.
He mutes.
Alright.
Alrighty.
So, we do have the first place individual here with us as well. if they would like to say hello.
Hello there.
Hello, Leovin! Congratulations!
Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations on first. How does it feel to win again? Or more specifically,
feels
how did it feel to win those last 3 games?
Feels really epic because River Drift has been my worst map for a very, very long time. And then, like a few days ago, I was like, I thought about like a deck concept, and I just made it in 15 minutes, and it's like really good. I finally made a good deck, and it just made it like randomly in 15 minutes.
I can
Nice.
I can see that as a good deck. Like, once you got stuck in River Drift, it kind of just shut everything down.
Yeah, you had a
Yeah.
good mix of middle contesting and sort of messing with Jack's base, and also you had a base combo or two of your own that played out very well. Especially considering River Drift's one of those maps where you can pretty consistently get something off in that regard. I asked Jack this same question earlier, so I'm going to ask you to just get the other side of the story. The very, very last game of the Grand Finals, Game 3 of the bracket reset. You load in, River Drift is picked, you look at your hand, I don't know if you redrew or not, but when you played your card and both cards got shown and you saw Jack play like a 9 point something or other way back in his base for his first turn, what went through your head?
I've seen that before from him. I'm gonna be honest. I guess he just gave up. I don't know what else. Why he would do that.
You saw that, and you're like, oh, this game's already over.
I kind of wanted to actually play a real game, but I'll take it.
You always take the free W,
Yeah.
especially in the Grand Finals.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Jack was wanting to play a real game too, but
Did he
you
get
pick
an
Rip?
awful hand or?
Yeah. That 9 cost was his biggest card. He redrew. He had a hand of it had like a 10, and a 9, and a 12, I think, is what it had, and he redrew and got nothing bigger than a 9 in his second hand.
Okay, that's understandable.
There was no good setting up to like reach towards the middle to start defense either. Like, I genuinely don't know what he could have done better in that final game.
Yeah, he could not have contested anything with that opening hand.
The second game, though, there was an interesting point around, like, pretty early in, where he put that mud map down, and you ended up taking that middle. How do you feel things would have gone differently? Because he had a captain, and he could have put that in the middle instead of the mud mouth in defense. How do you think that might have changed that game?
Would have probably been a lot closer. I think I had like good cards in my hand for every situation, especially because Captain would have been. I would have won the clash against Captain, and I could have went aggressive after that with the Charger. So, but it would be a closer game.
Yeah. There's positions where it's like you would have won the clash, but no matter what, he either probably would have had a bit better defense, and there's a chance that he would have been able to break through even during that. It absolutely would have been a lot closer. Like, it might not have been the best play, but I feel like it would have been more of a chance based on the card that you played in that circumstance. Asking you another question. So, as we've gone over in the past, you have been known to win multiple times. You kind of dominate the bracket in a lot of things. What is a piece of advice that you would provide to newer players, players below, players that are maybe trying to figure things out, that are struggling to get the rhythm and tempo of the game? What piece of advice, if you had to give one piece of advice that could help somebody go from struggling to play well to becoming a master, what would that advice be?
Okay, so like, if you struggle to like win in like, if you're mid-level, low level, my biggest advice would be to like focus on taking more space. Space is like the most important resource in the game. Like you could go for like a combo that has a lot of big cards and like you instantly get the special points. But like if you don't take the space, you just lose eventually, unless you get like a crazy breakthrough with a special attack. But that's like the rare scenarios.
So one thing I thought I'd be seeing more of in tournaments like this is early special plays that happen to you've got the right 3-cost special in the right spot at the right time, and it gives you turf in the enemy's territory that lets you follow up with something that completely ruins their base combo or sets something else up for yourself, or maybe the other player interrupts their own base combo just to deny you entry into their area, and you use that turn of them denying you to take ground elsewhere. It's something I thought I'd see more of.
I did do that a lot in this tournament actually. In the grand finals, I used an early charger to interrupt his griller combo, but he ended up using Zipcaster anyway. But yeah, I did interrupt the combo and won pretty easily from that.
Yeah.
I think that should be just about it. But I do have.
I want to say something.
Of course, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go for it.
When you interviewed Jack Cheney, he said that I used to like pick the same map that I lost over and over again. And the reason I do that, because I'm stubborn and I want to like win. I can't accept defeat.
I laugh because I can relate.
That's a mood. If it's not what the reasoning I provided, like, that's usually the other reason. It's either I lost, there's no way I'm winning, let's just keep going and I just want to figure things out, or F this, I don't like this, I'm mad, I deserve to win, I'm gonna come back here. The salty, or as it was known as in the ARMS community, the salty run back.
I got one last question on my end. I asked Jack this one as well for the bracket reset part of the grand finals for game 2 or 3. If you had to tell Jack to pick a map not named River Drift, which one would you have sent him to?
Like which one I would have preferred to play, or what?
Which one would you have recommended he pick instead of River Drift to give him a better chance?
I guess Thunderpoint, because he has a good Thunderpoint deck.
Gotcha.
Fair enough. But yeah, I think that we're gonna stop here. That we got some good interviews. We had some fun times, and that should be it for the latest Tableturf TBO. What's that stand for?
I do have something I want to say regarding the question about what tip I would want to give. So like that's what I gave to the low level players about taking space. But if you're like more like a high level player, I think the thing high level players struggle most with is like end game special point management and stuff like that. Like you have to plan ahead in the last 4 turns. I don't see anyone really doing that very well except me.
Nothing's worse than like dropping a 3-12 turn 2 or 3 and like realizing you can't do anything for 2 more turns and you just watch your opponent just trample you.
Yeah, like people have to plan more and think.
Yeah. But yeah, that should be it. Once again, this was Tableturf Battle Open number 27. Thank you all so much for watching, and tune in next time for more Tableturf action. Ciao!
Have a good afternoon. Remember to finish your catalog.